Hello, everybody out there on YouTube. My name is Forever King 116, and I'm here today to talk to you about the Smallville episode Ambush. I'm gonna tell you, I really enjoyed this episode. Nothing had me like I was smiling through like the beginning to the end of the episode, even though it didn't have much to do with the the whole Superman thing. I kind of really enjoyed it. I really don't have bad things to say about this episode. You know, uh, The only thing I could tell you is that I kind of had a problem with Oliver dwelling on the Chloe thing. It just kind of pissed me off a little bit. But I try to contain myself from turning off the TV while he was talking about her. Yeah, I kind of enjoyed the episode. So let me start from the beginning. So Clark and Lois are in the house. I guess she spent the night or whatever the case was. But they're in the house together, and I really wasn't really paying attention to what they were saying, but like I guess like they kind of knew that Lois' father and her sister was gonna be having dinner with them that day, and she was just warning Clark about what her father, his whole things with her ex boyfriends, and you know she was just warning Clark like my father can be overprotective, so you gotta be careful with him. Just try to deal with him today. So as I guess like Lois was gonna go somewhere, and then Clark super speed and was freaking her at the front door, or whatever the case was, and I'm laughing because I'm like, that's how young people are when they're in love. Like, it kind of like made me laugh because I'm like, Clark, he's getting reckless with his shit, using his powers, to fucking freak Lois over there. So they run. I really started laughing when they opened the door and Lois's father is like standing right there, and Clark got his shirt off, and she got the fucking jersey, uh got his like football jersey on. And it was kind of an awkward situation, but it was also funny because like their facial expressions just like had the whole episode just like had me laughing. So after that, you know Lois's father is some high 4-star general, and they want to pass this law to register the superheroes, like Clark and everybody, and the reason why they want to register them is so they know who they are, and like basically where they can find them whenever they want to. That's how the government is in Smallville world. So Clark and his team doesn't want that to happen, because then everybody's gonna find out their identities and gonna be at their doorstep, and some people don't really want that, and some people do. Some people want to know who the Blur is, some people don't want to know who the Blur is. Some people just want the Blur to really save everybody and just be the hero. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't really care for that, and some people do. But Clark is trying to. In the meantime, as Clark and Lois are running around the house trying to like impress her father or whatever the case is, her father gave Clark a list of all the things that Clark's supposed to be doing, all the violation codes. I guess he must have checked around the house, and I was laughing because I was like, that nigga is super overprotective with this whole thing. Like, he even had a background check on Clark before anything, and Clark Clark was like, he kind of got upset about the whole the registration law they trying to pass for the superheroes, and Clark doesn't want that, and Lois's father wants to get rid of all the freaks and all that, and Clark really didn't like that. So basically, he wanted Lois to choose sides. Like he asked, like as they were arguing about the whole superhero thing, he asked Lois, "Oh, what do you think, Lois?" Try to get her to talk up, and she was trying not to like get in the middle of it. She was trying to avoid it. You know what I'm saying? Because at one, if you think about it, that's her father, that's her blood. You know what I'm saying? You're just the boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? But she was also caught in the middle because she really loves Clark. So it was just funny to me, like the whole tension between Clark and her father was because it came to a point where they were arguing about him, working with the superheroes, and I don't know why. Well, basically, I really do know why they try to kill Lois's father. The people that you've seen in Shield, the government people that I guess they forming a team. They wanted to eliminate people that are trying to like bring the superheroes out into the light, because they don't want people like they don't want that to happen for like the government to do another JSA moment, because when they had superheroes before, the government took over, fucked up their lives and did all these things. So the guys from the Shield episode, they are trying to like destroy or kill whoever gets in their way, and try to really help the heroes just be heroes, you know what I'm saying? But they taking it like a step too far. So Clark and them are Clark is just like he's worried about the Lois thing, he's worried about, Lois' father, and then Lois' hoe ass sister. Sorry for like being so like real about it, but she was being a hoe, so like I don't know what the hell was her problem, but yeah, she was being a real hoe. I mean, went in the barn and was kissing all up on Clark. And I kind of like respect Lois because most girls would just get upset about your boyfriend is kissing your sister's kissing your boyfriend. You yell at them, but then she must have really already knew that Clark is in love with her, so she didn't have nothing to worry about. She knew that was her sister, which was funny to me how she caught on to her little scheme. But to move on forward, Clark is trying to deal with saving the world and doing these things and trying to juggle the Lois and her father thing, and it's hard because Clark is trying to be this hero, and every time he turns around, somebody's talking bad about the Blur, and I understand why he's getting upset about it. But I just figured he would just ignore that shit and just become the person that he's supposed to be. Um, Lois's sister meets up with that general guy. I forgot his name. Meets up with him and receives pictures with Clark and Kara, his cousin, which that's where her father started really getting on Clark, because she started to find out that he's helping these supposed media freaks, or you know these heroes, these renegades. So he really got on Clark about that. And then what happened is that they argued. Clark, I respect him because he dead ass was like, look, I fucking love your daughter. You need to get off this shit, man. Like, for real. Get off my balls. Like, for real. Just leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you so fucking, like, overprotective? Like, I'm taking care of her. You don't gotta worry about that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, the general is all like, fuck that. This is the last time you're gonna see my daughter and this and that and the third. So Clark get all upset. And then I guess Clark was feeling real confident because he went back to the house and then like she was just yelling at this nigga like, oh no, no, no. But then Clark tried to calm her down and tell her, look, your father had me investigated by the government, and your sister planted pitches in my barn. So he's like, so she is like caught in between father and Clark, and then like the father told her like, come on, let's go. Let's go somewhere else. Like, I don't want to be here with Clark. And she looking at Clark, and then Clark is giving her this face like, bitch, you know where it is. Like, I gave you some sweet loving just a while ago, and don't leave me. So, yeah, he was on some shit. Clark was looking real confident until she popped his bubble and left with her father. So I know he was upset. So they went back to Lois's apartment, and Lois is like trying to reason with her father, but she sees that it's not working. So she just laid down the line right there. It was like, look, Daddy, I don't give a fuck what you do, but I love Clark, and I'm gonna go back home to my baby. So the general was like, nah, baby, fuck that. But he was like, he after a while he had to respect it. That's how he knew that they were in love. So the general leaves the damn the place where they left after the Kent farm with Lois' sister, and then like there's some missile that that um that because of Lois' sister, having that tracking device on her father, brought the pen that had the tracking device into the house that Lois was in. So the missile guided its way all the way to the house, and then Clark and his team of heroes now start to realize who the target was, and then like saw the missile and caught Lois in time, and made his blur sign on the side of the building so the general knew who saved Lois. It was just a whole thing. Like I was real proud of Clark because that was a cool scene with him running through the fire and all that shit to catch her. And he caught her just in time too. But after a while, after that, they meet up with the renegade government officials or whatever, the guys that like have their own secret team from Shield, and they stopped them and was telling like, look, that ain't gonna, like, you gotta stop what you're doing. Like, this shit can't keep happening. Like, that's it. It's over. You gotta give up. Like, that's it. Like, I don't care if you on our side. But then the guy reveals that, there's other people that are like superheroes that are also on their side too. So they vanish, and then Clark and his team is all like, what the fuck is going on? And yeah, they were just like, they just figuring out what's going on. Like what's, they don't know what to do anymore. So after that, Clark and the general meet up, they talk, they all, happy, and now they apologize to each other. And I think Clark asked the general if he can marry, if he asked for Lois's hand in marriage, but he didn't ask her right there and then. I think the next episode that's coming up next week, he's gonna ask Lois to marry him. So I'm really excited about that. At least Clark is like, he's not slow with the relationship like he did with Lana. Lana shit was so slow, and it took 8 seasons for Lana shit to even get anywhere. So I'm just proud of Clark, you know what I'm saying? At least he's doing something. So I think I'm gonna make another video so you can let me know more about what shows you want me to do reviews on. I've gotten a lot of good ideas, but I'm only gonna review two shows because I have a lot to do on my regular week. So just let me know and comment down below. Just let me know like what shows you're interested in, and I'll just see how many people vote for the same thing, and then from there I'll just let everybody know what I'm gonna be doing, and then I'm just gonna get back to you and let you know and get more responses out of it, and then that's it. Peace.